Well, it's over.
Yeah.
It's done.
It's over. It's just finally over.
Are you happy or are you sad?
I'm both.
Yeah? Talk it out with me.
Yeah, like happy. It was a good show. It was a fun show. I'm sad that it's over.
But
and showing my hand, I'm sad that this didn't kind of have that apex feeling like the heist did for me.
yeah, it certainly didn't feel like a climax, did it?
No.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Anyways.
Yeah. That's our review.
Yep. See you later.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Movie Men podcast.
The B team.
That's Carl. What?
I beat you to it.
You're screwing with my system. My OCD is freaking out. Yeah. So listen, we've done a review for every episode, every episode of Andor so far. So if you've missed those, you have some listening to go back and do maybe before you listen to this one. But other than that, we are here to talk about the season finale of Andor season 1, the season 1 finale.
Yep. Episode 12, Rick's Road.
Rick's Road. Well, I mean, it's not a stupid name. It's just not I don't know. Yeah. So as we've both kind of alluded to, this is a season finale basically only in the sense that it's the last episode of the season. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there's some kind of really neat poetry in this, in that this is where it all started. This is where it all ends. Everybody's kind of back on Ferrix where they started, with the exception of Lieutenant Miro, who didn't start there, but she's there anyway. But it's kind of some nice poetry to it that flows nicely.
Yeah,
that way in terms of a story.
Yeah. I felt like, honestly, the only part of this episode that could be considered the climax, that big battle, if that's what you can call it, more like a street fight, I kind of felt like that was just action written in for the sake of having action in there. Like it didn't feel like the obvious natural progression and like where this should have gone.
I don't know. I think it fits.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, this whole season, we've been seeing the Empire become more and more tyrannical, tighten its grip more and more. And we've seen that kind of come to a climax in the jail.
Right.
And we've seen that come to kind of a climax on a well, I guess first we've seen it come to a climax on a personal level with the individuals in our heist. And then we've seen it come to a climax within the jail system itself. And I don't know what you would call that level, but, and this is kind of more of a global level, a galaxy kind of level, like that oppression has gotten to the point where enough's enough. We're striking back. And like the speech from Merva for the call to action, like,
yeah.
What other recourse do the people of Ferrix have, especially after that jerk tips over B?
Yeah.
Like, of course, it feels fine to me.
So, I mean, I guess it was in some ways it was the biggest climax, but it also felt like the smallest. out of the climax.
It definitely didn't feel as intense and and our main character like really skirted all the action this time, where he was at the center of it in the last two sort of climaxes within the season. This time he's skirting the edge of all the conflict this time pretty much.
Yeah, because I think because it would just be too messy and complicated if the Empire and like it was just easier for the runtime of the show if the majority of people didn't know he was there.
I guess, yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know.
Well, and only the people that needed to know he was there knew he was there, but
yeah
it was.
I don't know, it just felt like sloppy writing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, let's break this. Let's break it down. Let's talk about the different components. Mon Mothma gives in. She lets the kids meet.
Yep.
And Mon Mothma's daughter seems, I don't know, doesn't she, like the look on her face, she kind of thinks this guy's cute. Like she's got no like,
well, she's into the whole idea of being married off at a young age and being betrothed to somebody by her parents anyway. Yeah. Which they've alluded to already. So
yeah. And maybe she's
bought into this ancient custom of having someone chosen for her, essentially.
Yeah. And she doesn't have the details of like who these people are and that
who they are, why this is the marriage that's being arranged.
Yeah. Which is there in the shows? I don't think there is. Like, my assumption is that like something horrible is going to happen. Like, I don't know. Do we know prior to this show that Mon Mothma had a daughter?
Not that I'm aware of.
No. So I'm guessing maybe she's not still around come time of A New Hope.
Yeah, I don't know. I've said recently in this since we've been reviewing this show, I started watching Rebels, the TV show cartoon, and I finished it. And there is an episode in there where Mothma appears a couple times, but one of the episodes centers around her leaving resigning from the Senate and leaving, and in a similar way to the way that Merva kind of had a big declaration to fight the Empire. She left with a big kind of galaxy-wide HoloNet send-off saying, this is what I'm doing, this is why I'm doing it, and I urge everyone else to stand up and fight the Empire as well. And so the whole episode was centered around getting her out of the Empire's grasp into safety and where she can properly lead the rebellion. So, right. But in that episode, yeah, like they don't touch on her family at all. Like,
yeah, her husband, her daughter.
Up until this show, it was only like we don't know what kind of family life she has, whether she was married or not, whether she had kids or not, whether she was a widower. Is it a widower for a woman? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, anyway. Widower.
But yeah, we didn't know. So this is all
just a widow.
Yeah.
Just a widow. So I can see it going one of two ways. Either her husband and her daughter are going to die, which would be tragic, and I think could be a good plot device, because she's still, like, she believes in the rebellion, but she's not ready to oust herself, and, like, she's not ready to put both feet in and do what needs to be done. And I think the loss of her daughter, she doesn't give two shits about her husband at this point, but the loss of her daughter could be, like, not only sort of that driving force, but also something that puts her in the position of like, I've got nothing left to lose now.
Well, yeah. And you said she doesn't care about her husband. This episode does a good job of showing she does not care about her husband whatsoever, because she literally throws him under the bus in that shuttle ride. Like, hey, can you give us some privacy? I know you're a spy. I know you're going to turn the mic back on, but can you turn it off for brevity's sake right now? And then turn it on secretly in a minute and listen to this conversation while I say that my husband is the whole reason we've got money missing.
Yes. Yeah, that was genius.
So smart.
She like fixed so much of her troubles in that conversation.
Yeah, like not all of them, but it takes eyes off of her temporarily.
There was a fun nod. Listen, love or hate the sequel trilogy. It is nice when things are sort of tied in together and there's that connective tissue. And so I did think that the reference to Canto Bright or Canto Bite, whatever it is, the casino planet from The Last Jedi, I thought that was a nice touch. Yeah. Just kind of acknowledges the universe.
Yep. Absolutely. I'd agree.
But so either that's going to happen, or it's just simply, it's possible that during the events of the original trilogy and the war, that her daughter is off married on some, whatever, like she's just not involved.
Back on her home planet, married to a gangster's son.
Yeah, and that her husband, if Mon Mothma goes full rebel, he's not going to stand by her.
No,
right. Maybe they're just
if he's not
separated.
dead. If he's not dead when she goes full rebel, at the very least, the Empire arrests him and throws him in jail for
association.
Association.
Yeah.
And that's the Empire's MO. We've seen some of that in this season. Like that's if he's not dead, that's his fate.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have that. I would say I thoroughly enjoyed the Mon Mothma stuff in this episode. I thought that it was, even though it hasn't always felt like it fits with the rest of the show, it's never not been entertaining. Like it's always been enjoyable to watch the Mon Mothma stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. We got into that quite heavily the last Andor episode.
Yeah. So that was good.
Yeah, it was fun, but
we've got
doesn't fit. Could do without it. Give it its own thing, but it was definitely added to the lore and the world building nicely.
She plays the character perfectly.
Oh, she's so good.
And I'm glad that she's the one from the deleted scenes of Revenge of the Sith. She's the one that anytime, like she's the voice of Mon Mothma from Rebels. Like she's kind of become Lucasfilm's Mon Mothma for this generation, which I like. Then we have Luthen. Luthen is still hell-bent on killing Andor. He still sees Andor as a loose end that needs to... It's so funny because it's like what gets everyone on Ferrix is sort of like... there's just so many storylines that kind of converge. Everyone's there because of Andor, but all sort of also for different reasons. They all want him dead, but for like different reasons.
Everybody's gunning for him.
Yeah. Which is like, it is crazy that I was looking at it and I'm like, and as it should be, as the main character of your story should be the central point and sort of the catalyst that sets everything off. But I'm like, there's all this like fighting and destruction and bullshit going on in the street. And I'm like, this is all pretty much because of Andor. Like,
well, it is definitely.
This is kind of your fault, pal.
Yeah. And I find it, I think it's a kind of an interesting plot device that Andor only knows the Empire wants him. He knows
he doesn't
the Empire
know Luthen's
is
out
looking
to kill
for
him.
He has no idea Luthen is hunting him.
No.
But because he knows one person wants him dead, he's able to hide from both.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Fairly successfully. Yeah. And because Luthen chooses to go to Ferrix, because he feels it's so important to make sure that he dies, that's the slip up that lets Andor know, okay, now I got two people hunting me.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if Luthen never shows up, he doesn't know that the rebels want him dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But then ultimately he comes around, right? Like there's that confrontation at the end.
Well, I think he's come around long before this episode. He's come around after he's escaped the prison.
Oh, no, sorry. I mean, Luthen's come around.
Oh, yeah.
To deciding not to
obviously.
kill Cassian.
Yeah. Well, he's a valuable asset.
Yeah.
Luthen has standing before you. He's given you his gun, essentially, saying, look, I want to fight these guys or I want to die. Either I'm with you or I'm dead. Make your choice.
And I think in that moment, he was kind of like, this guy snuck onto my ship without me knowing.
Well, I mean, he parked it in the same damn spot he did when he.
No, I know, but like, he like subverted whatever security measures there were, and like,
I think the other aspect there is Luthen knows how valuable he is.
Oh yeah,
he knows how good he is. He knows that. The only reason he wanted him dead,
it was a loose end
before, is because he was an unknown.
Yeah,
he didn't have any values tying him to the rebel cause. He was out he was the money, and that was it for him. Right. Yeah. So he was a mercenary. So the mercenary is expendable. Kill the mercenary. Now all of a sudden he's presenting himself before you saying, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this valuable asset's no longer a mercenary. They're fighting with the same veracity I am.
Yeah, there may still be some doubt in Luthen's mind. Like, he is still, for the most part, he still doesn't know this guy from Adam. But I think he's now seeing that as an acceptable risk.
I think he knows enough about him to know that he's worth keeping. Which, I've mentioned before, kind of that hero's journey, and we talked about it earlier in this season. How Luthen and Andor aren't connected. How does we're going off the rails of kind of your typical hero's journey story narrative, but the hero's journey story narrative is cyclical. So he had the call to adventure and the mentorship all happened within the first 3 episodes. You could even consider the heist part of that mentorship bit too. And then the transformation and atonement happen in the prison. And then now we return to where it all started. And there's a new call to adventure. And the mentorship happens all over again, this time with Luthen by his side through it. Yeah. So overall, this show's done a really good job narratively, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we have everything kind of converges here. So from here on, it gets a little tricky to just talk about individual storylines, but we've got the Cyril shows up. He comes back.
Yeah.
Were you as worried as I was when? Were you as worried as I was that they were going to kiss? She's like, I should thank you, and I'm like, thank him how? Because they're like, this whole time they're like 6 inches. Their faces are 6 inches apart, and I'm like, and they're not really saying much. And I'm like, no, please don't. They didn't.
I don't think I was worried. I thought it was an interesting moment for Miro, somebody who we've come to kind of grow to hate. We've grown to hate her. We started liking her. We've grown to hate her. She's become this cold, calculating, murderous, torturer jerk. And now, but all of a sudden that veil just drops ever so slightly, and there's some human
side comes through.
Yeah.
right? It's no longer just the Empire side of her you're seeing.
Yeah.
Still a person.
She has a heart. She has feelings here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
So either way, obviously, neither of them get their target.
No. Yeah. Well, yeah. And Cyril like saves her. He kind of, where like, again, kind of cyclical. The last time he was on Ferrix, his mission was completely kiboshed, and people died. And this time he was out to get Andor, but when he sees her there, she kind of plays a factor in his what his goals are. Like and so saving her, wasn't his original goal, but he's kind of had a bit of redemption in his own mind by saving her.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah,
but yeah, not the storyline I was hoping for from him. I wasn't hoping for a love story from him.
No.
I was hoping for a more of a villain's origin.
Yeah. But yeah. No, I agree.
But so I'm not. Yeah.
But you need a villain other than the Empire?
Yeah. Well, you need people. You need archetypes to fill. Like you need somebody on screen. The Empire is people. You need a
members
Moff
of the
Tarkin.
Empire.
You need a Darth Vader. You need a Miro. I thought Cyril was my hope for Cyril that he would become an ISB agent and become another character to portray the evils of the Empire, but
which he may yet.
We still could, I suppose. Like, Andor wasn't really a rebel till the end, technically until the end of this episode. So yeah, maybe he's not really an Imperial until the end of this episode, but knowing how the Empire treats failure, is Miro really going to be an ISB agent at the end of this? Like, right. Is she going to get demoted to cleaning toilets?
There's not a lot of forgiveness there.
Yeah. So I don't know. I wish they would have done more with him.
Yeah.
I was like, through all that crap with his mom on Coruscant and all that stuff, I was just really hoping that storyline would turn a corner and I would get something a little bit more solid. But so I'm not super excited about the love story thing, but
no.
Anyway.
Then we have Andor, obviously, who goes and one of the first major thing we see him do is visit Clem's grave.
Yeah.
And that was touching.
Mm-hmm.
Like that really, I think, that got me.
Yeah. I think now's a good time to mention, to kind of plug the, forget Nemec's. We get this long voiceover over several different clips of several different people doing things. Yeah. Nemec's, essentially a large chunk of Nemec's manifesto, which is sounds. I thought it was all handwritten, but apparently it's a digital audio log.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, Nemec was a thinker, and I feel like maybe Nemec played a big, and we don't really find that out till this episode. Because we see Andor kind of reading that manifesto. We knew he's always had it, but essentially since he was kind of gifted that manifesto, with the exception of his time in prison, Nemec's been kind of that mentor role to Andor.
Yes.
By reading this.
Yeah.
And so he like listens to it one last time, and then we get that voiceover work through all these different scenes, which just has the effect of kind of building the tension. But like we've said before, it never really reaches the same apex that our last two big apexes had, but it was still good, and it was still really effective.
Yeah. And, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Then what?
We get
he rescues Bix.
He hides out. He's scurrying around the sewers and the rooftops of Ferrix, and he gets found out by someone we see in the one, I think it was the first or second episode, who he owed money to, and that person rats him out to the Empire, and they start looking for him, and yeah, so he's scurrying around, and during that time he sees Luthen skulking around, and so he finds out Luthen's after him, and yeah, and then all hell breaks loose, and in the chaos he saves Bix,
a barely able to walk in very, very rough shape Bix.
Oh yeah, which was kind of illuminating to me, because I thought for some reason I thought they released Bix, but I realized quickly in this episode, I've been confusing Bix and Cinta.
There was a few moments even in this episode where I was getting confused between the two.
And it wasn't this episode I was confusing them. It was previous episodes where like Cinta is skulking around, and she's following, in previous episodes, she's spying on the Imperial spy that's spying on Andor's mom. And those scenes, I was like, why is Bix being all kind of skulky after being tortured? You know, they think she'd know better. And
yeah,
my mind was obviously confused, because that wasn't Bix at all. That she was always been in captivity, and that was Cinta doing her thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Cinta
I got a little
kills
confused.
That spy very, very in cold blood.
Yeah, I definitely got a little confused.
Yeah, they're yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's more on me than for not recognizing the actors as well as I should have than the show.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And I agree. I think I was the same. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then he escapes. Well, he helps them escape.
Yeah, he saves Bix. He pulls what's his name? His buddy, big boy.
Brasso?
Brasso, yeah, he pulls Brasso out of the heat. And then the kid,
who's also kind of in rough shape.
Another guy, yeah, and they gets them away to a shuttle.
Yep,
gets them off planet. Kind of uses similar language that we've been hearing all episode. You get out over the sea, and then you climb. You hear me? You climb.
Yeah.
Don't look back.
Yeah, that was good.
So, yeah. Yeah, and then he boards Luthen's ship, and surprise.
Yeah.
I know you're here.
And because he kind of, when Luthen gets aboard his ship, like the ship's not responding, right? Like,
yeah,
Cassian's deactivated something.
Yeah, he's overridden the AI or something like that.
Yeah.
Smart guy.
Well, what else is there? Is there anything else, really?
Well, the show started off with like a kid building something, and we're not sure what it is. You could assume it's some sort of explosive device, I guess, by the way it's charging up throughout the scenes. But I had no idea who this kid was. And we see them later throw the bomb and then be saved by Andor and all that. But I was like, what? Who's this kid? And it wasn't until and the hollow, there was a hollow image of a person that he was looking at while building it. And I was like, I don't know who any of these people are. And again, this is on, I think, me not picking up the actors in the show, but this kid has been in the show several times before this point.
Yes.
He's like more in the background than anything. Andor has never really interacted with him, and nobody's really interacted with him. But he's been seen several times on some of the Ferric scenes, running around, kind of not in the background, but kind of not necessarily in the foreground, the main view of the picture. But he's close enough to the foreground of the shot that he's very noticeable. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize any of this until I watched kind of a breakdown. Here are the Easter eggs you may have missed from Andor episode 12 YouTube video.
Right.
Yeah. So, that was okay. That's cool. And the guy in the image that he's kind of looking at while building the bomb is the guy that they tortured and killed before they tortured Bix.
Yeah.
The shop owner.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, once I seen that, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, this kid's got a connection to him. Was seen in scenes that he was seen in, so there was a relationship there. This is once again the Empire's oppression causing rebellion.
I guess at times it just felt like there was too many stories to follow, and I think that's how I was getting mixed up all over the place.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was. I thought that once I realized who he was and who the image of him was, it was like, oh, this fits so nicely into the storyline. I just didn't pick up on this kid and the importance of him earlier on. Mm-hmm. And not that they made him super important. They probably could have given him more of a role in the early episodes so that this role meant more, but anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. What did you think of Merva's speech and the whole parade before the violent outbreak?
I mean, I think it served the purpose that it was supposed to. It's impactful. It feels it's rallying, right?
Yeah.
So it feels
it's
epic.
Also rebellious in nature because they were told when they were supposed to do it by the Empire, and they're like, screw you, we're going to do it when we want to do it.
Yeah.
Because the Empire's like freaking out because they're not ready.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, it wasn't, like I said, I'm lukewarm on the whole episode. And I think I wouldn't have been as lukewarm on it if it weren't if it weren't the finale. But yeah, no, it for what it was supposed to do, I felt like it nailed it, right? It was this kind of epic feeling, rallying of the troops and cementing of rebellion, and yeah, for sure. What about you?
Cool. Are you asking me like the episode as a whole, or just
the speech?
That scene? Yeah. So like I said, I thought it played its role well, like throwing the Empire off. There's already seeds of rebellion in these people. The tuning up of the everybody's instruments, kind of building trying to build that, or not trying to, it built tension. The marching to the square, building the tension. So it did a really good job of doing all that. The Merva's speech being the capstone of it was beautiful.
And they do that several times, right? Like not only with that, but with the what's the name? They do the narrated section several times throughout this episode, and it's just kind of like, it adds a nice impactful kind of emotional and epic and sense of purpose to the episode.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're referring to Nemec's.
Nemec, yeah.
Narration. Yeah. They all do a good job of kind of building that tension. Again, not to beat a dead horse, but like I don't think it does it as well as the heist video did it, like building that tension. Because I think the heist video did it beautifully, building that tension to a point where I'm just on the edge of my seat. This built the tension, but I never got on the edge of my seat.
No, not the way you could. That it could have
both
gotten
done
us
beautifully. One just kind of pushed it to that next level.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well,
Cool.
what'd you think of the episode as a whole? Is this a win for you? Do you want to go cry yourself to sleep because it
taking everything out of order, man? For me, I think it was a win, but barely. Like, it's certainly not the best episode we've had by a long shot. And I think that's kind of what you're always hoping for with a season finale, that you're going to walk out of it going, that was amazing. I can't believe I have to wait so long to watch it, see more of it. And I was kind of like, okay, yeah, like when more comes out, I'll watch it. But it didn't leave me hungry and thirsty the way a proper season finale should.
Yeah. You're not. Yeah, it gives you something to look forward to, but it's not a cliffhanger by any means. Which, yeah,
like for honestly, me, as frustrating as it would have been, the ultimate cliffhanger of this series, and had something like this happened at the very end. The ultimate cliffhanger in this season for me was Andy Serkis saying "never more than 12."
Right.
And then it goes black, and you're like, I gotta wait a week. What?
Right.
Stuff's about to happen. Like,
right.
Yeah. What about you? Win or fail?
This was a win for me, I think. I would agree it's not the best episode, but it definitely takes is it better than the prison episode? I don't know. If it's not better than the prison episode, it's a really close third for me.
Okay,
like it's top.
You're still the heist
episodes.
Is still your favorite, eh?
The heist is still my favorite. That was the pinnacle of this season for me.
Cool.
It was So it was. I really enjoyed it. I liked that the ending wasn't a cliffhanger. Like it still obviously alludes to there's more story to be told if that's something that people want to see.
Right.
But if you decide, I'm done with Andor, I don't need to see a season 2, then there's a nice cap on this show. If you stop here.
The show could stop here and go straight into Rogue One, and you'd be like, okay. Yeah, I'm missing some time. Some stuff has happened, but it's
a lot of the times I think, especially at the end of a TV show or a movie, cliffhangers can work as disfavorably towards the product, instead of
they can, yeah.
So
cool.
Before we kind of sign off, there is one more scene we need to talk about.
Okay,
and that's a post-credit scene.
Oh yeah, I forget. So I didn't know whether you had seen it or not. Yeah, and this is the first time I've left I just kind of, normally the episode ends and I click off, and this time I just kind of like, for whatever reason, I just went on my phone, and then all of a sudden the credits ended and something was happening.
I did something similar. For whatever reason, I decided I'm just going to scroll through, fast forward through the credits and see if there's something at the end. We get to see the Death Star.
A big question.
Yeah, in final production, and they were building parts for the Death Star in the prison
for the tractor, or not tractor beam, but the Kyber beam,
the dish array for the laser.
Yeah,
so pretty cool.
Pretty freaking cool. And just kind of like
it's like 95% done, which kind of we were asking that question during the prison episode.
Yeah, we're like, whereabouts would this be?
If this is for the Death Star, what is it for the outer structure? Like that, because that would make sense. It would make a sphere, but the thing's got to be close to done by now. Like and
it still doesn't.
It is pretty much done. It's like 90, 95%. They just got to drop that crap together and it's ready to fire. It still doesn't
answer exactly what those things are, but.
Well, it shows the robots, little Rubits.
But we don't know what those things are doing
to hold things together. And
yeah, I guess they're just like big rivets, basically.
Well, they're big connectors to hold the dish, create the dish, right?
Like connects.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Listen, I got to ask you, now that season 1 is done, on a scale of 0 to 10, where would you rank Andor season 1?
Ooh, a whole 0 to 10 scale, eh?
0 to 10 for season 1, yeah.
Oh, man.
I feel like I should have the Jeopardy music queued up.
I think I'd go... I feel like it should be pretty high.
Okay.
Like 7.5... maybe even an 8. Like, this is good Star Wars. We don't get like Jedi and the Force.
Yeah.
But this is, I like this. This was really good. This is
Star Wars for adults.
For me, this is essential Star Wars viewing now.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. It felt like the first episode or two, I kind of complained. I was like, it doesn't, I don't necessarily feel like
it took time to build. Yeah. But like Firefly, I always tell people, you got to give Firefly 2 or 3 episodes and then you'll be hooked for life. And this is kind of similar.
And then ultimately disappointed. It's not a good show to be hooked for life on.
Well, if you once it's capstoned with the movie, it's pretty good. It kind of wraps things up a bit better.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a really good show overall, and definitely a welcome addition to Star Wars.
Cool.
And what about you?
I fell right in the 7.5. Not perfect. Certainly I can think of some things, some additions I would have liked, some things that were there that didn't need to be. But all in all, like, I would recommend it to just about anyone. It was funny. A mutual friend of ours and former sponsor of our podcast, actually, Tim DeArmond, he doesn't like this show, eh? Did you know that? There was a post, there was you're like, sometimes random crap will show up in your Facebook feed because one of your friends have commented on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what okay. So there was an article posted by some, one of those, like, I don't know if IGN posted it or what it was, right. But it was something about why Andor is such a great Star Wars show, or something to that effect, something singing the praises of Andor. And his comment was just, I think it was something like, is this a different Andor than the one that's on Disney Plus? It was funny. It was a funny comment, but I couldn't relate at all. I was like, man,
yeah,
it's not hitting home for you, eh?
I wonder why. It'd be an interesting conversation.
Yeah. We'll hash it out with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for listening to not only this episode, but our Andor season 1 reviews as a whole. We look forward to Andor season 2, those reviews.
Yeah, we do.
And also, I don't know what's next. I guess it's probably,
well, we've got Tales of the Jedi coming up.
We got Tales of the Jedi.
We got the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Yeah. But then what's our next
TV
show?
I don't know what's coming out next.
Upcoming. It's got to be MCU. They'd be the ones that are up. Oh, that's totally what it is. Hang on. What is the date of that? Of course that's what it is. Secret Invasion.
Is that next?
I think so.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I've got my fingers crossed that they do a good job with that and they don't butcher it.
MCU. Hang on a second. I'm not convinced that that's the next show. Scroll. No, we will technically likely be doing season 2 of What If next.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
I love What If. They were some of my favorite comics growing up.
Either way, there's good stuff coming. And then our Black Panther Wakanda Forever review is just around the corner.
Yeah. A little late, but
a little late
there.
But like I said, there's
somebody had to go on vacation.
Well, I'm not going to hold it against you, though.
Yeah, well, take care of myself.
Yeah. Check out our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter below, Patreon if you want to support the show and get some fun perks from us, including boosted voting power on our regular movie votes that determines what Pete and I are going to sit down, watch, and review. We've also got a merch page. If you're having trouble figuring out that perfect stocking stuffer, it's cute little teddy bears with the Movie Men logo on it. How can you go wrong?
T-shirts.
And T-shirts and hats and water bottles and mugs and I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff.
All kinds of fun stuff.
Stickers. Everyone likes stickers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, anyways, thank you so much. And is it cheesy to say "May the Force be with you"?
No.
Then say it.
May the Force be with you.
And also with you.